Ready to live at the higher vibrations, where peace, love, joy, and good health are the daily standard? That's what this show is all about. Welcome to Vibe. And here's your host, Robin Openshaw.
Hey everyone, Robin Openshaw here. Welcome to the Vibe Show. The title today is To Canceled Parents Everywhere, a Mother's Day Look Back. Mother's Day is a great day for a lot of women, but not for everyone. It wasn't so great for me during 5 years of infertility. Some people don't get the happy ending to that journey that I did either. And also, Mother's and Father's Day isn't so great for parents who've been canceled. I wanted to give a hug and some love to the growing and epidemic number of parents who've been canceled by a teen or young adult child. This is not something I ever thought would happen to me. I was no perfect parent, but I really gave it my all. And 10 years ago, I was canceled by one of my children. Mother's Day is a great time to reflect on my relationships with and celebrate memories of my other 3 children and see them or talk to them on the phone. But I do have a child that I have missed nearly a decade of his life. I haven't joined the huge groups of estranged parents online, although I know that they exist, and I hope that they're helpful for many people. Honestly, it's still just too painful for me, and I mostly don't like to talk about it or wade around in it, so I rarely do. But recently, I saw an extremely detailed and well-produced video on YouTube by a mother who has been in great pain since 4 years ago her only child canceled her. She talked a lot about anger in her video and how she's been in the letting go process. There are thousands of other canceled parents commenting on her YouTube video. I didn't really relate that much to her emotional experience because mine of the last 10 years is really different than that. Anger isn't something that I'm aware of feeling much of, and I still haven't let go. But I think we all process pain differently, and that's okay. There really aren't enough words or the right words, though, to explain how painful the canceled parent phenomenon is. I think of it kind of like limbo or purgatory. If your child dies in an accident, you'll be surrounded with love and support and casseroles for a long, long time. And by saying that, I'm in no way saying that it's less painful to lose a child to death, because that's not true. The canceled parent still has hope that something might change, and the canceled parent at least knows her child is out there carrying on with life. Tori Spelling finally forgave her mom, and Jennifer Aniston forgave her dad, after all. But this culture doesn't really know what to do with or for a parent whose child is very much alive, but has chosen to pretend that he has no parents. And by the way, I don't make this statement today to imply that there aren't people with abusive parents who need boundaries and distance and safety from a parent who is consistently neglectful and abusive. And someone will point out to me that parents cancel children occasionally too. I saw Jesse's parents in Breaking Bad, and I acknowledge your point. I do, however, want to ask any child who has canceled your parent this question: does the punishment match the crime? And I guess I want to say that the greatest lesson I've ever had to learn in my life has been how to forgive and how powerful forgiveness is. When I moved to Florida, I made friends with some Christian church pastors, a husband and wife whose son canceled them many, many years ago, and we bonded over that. 2 weeks ago, that same son, who is not yet 40, died of pneumonia in a hospital following a procedure. I reached out that weekend to my own lost son, who hasn't talked to me in 10 years, to tell him this story and to ask, as I have many times before, for forgiveness, and to ask, does the punishment fit the crime? Can 10 years be enough yet? Please don't make me lose you twice, because it could be your last day or it could be mine. And why should we leave it like this? When you forgive, you are released from bondage. You never have to tell the story of victimhood again. You're freed from it. You have freed the transgressor, and perhaps they don't even deserve that, but you've also freed yourself. I am in need of forgiveness, and so I must extend it. I hope a child who canceled her parents sees this and reconsiders it. Not many of us have perfect parents who didn't make mistakes, sometimes big ones. Half of us parents got divorced while raising children, even. Of the other half who stayed married, half of them were in a Cold War or a hot war. Who is left? Who doesn't have some trauma from our parents and the trauma that they came from? Are there any among us who do not need forgiveness? And if the answer to that is no, then would we not all be wise to consider forgiveness the hardest and best thing you may have never done or ever done? If you haven't tried it yet, I highly recommend it. You can forgive and still have your boundaries. On behalf of canceled parents everywhere, I hope everyone will take a minute to consider your role, to consider whether you may have let a punishment go on for too long. Consider what forgiveness might feel like. Consider if today were your last day on earth, who you'd want to forgive. Consider other people affected by any choice you may have made to not forgive, or a choice to punish someone for an extended length of time. Consider if you may have lost out on many rich experiences in order to cancel someone who may have given you what they had to give, even if it wasn't enough. And above all, I hope that you have hope. That's how things are today. I hope that you realize that how things are today may not be how things always are, that we remember and hope for the story of the prodigal son in our own lives, whether we are the father or the son or the other son in that great story. I very much hope there is a homecoming for everyone. Thank you for following Green Smoothie Girl, and I'll see you next time.